Good morning. Doing a garden walkthrough, checking on everything. I'll start with the broccoli. Looks pretty good. It's getting tall. You'll notice as we go through I have some of these brown spots. I had used some neem oil on my plants, and it was kind of bottom of the barrel, so I think it was just too concentrated with the neem oil, and then it burned some of the leaves. But besides that, the broccoli's getting really tall, so I'm excited about these guys. I just harvested a lot of jalapenos, which I'll show you a little bit later, but I still have some smaller ones that I left on here. I don't expect them to get super large. It is supposed to get a little bit cooler, and we had a cold snap in the last week where the high got down to about 70 and the low at night was in the 50s. So I'm just kind of picking them as they feel like they're ripe, which is when you take the jalapeno, tilt it up. If it easily breaks off, then I harvest it. Sometimes they turn like a dark black, they get streaks, and then sometimes they also turn red. So then I also know that they're getting ripe and ready to pick. Alright, green beans are doing pretty good. And I do see one of my beets is popping up here, and then I see another couple there. So I'm going to let these get pretty, oh, some there too, they're poking through. I'm going to let these get taller and then thin them out. So I did space 2 to 3 seeds every 2 to 3 inches. So I'll thin them out so it's just one seed every 2 to 3 inches. The green beans, again, a little bit burnt on some of the leaves, but they're looking good, and I'm excited to get some green beans. Okra, I already have an okra pod that's about ready to harvest. But this is going to be, I'm really excited to get another round of okra, and I have some coworkers who absolutely love it, and they're excited as well. So that's exciting. My dill's getting nice and tall, and one of the main reasons I planted this was to use it for pickling, and also for caterpillars. Really enjoy dill, and they, then turn into butterflies, so that's just a bonus to have butterflies in the garden. Brussels sprouts looking good. Again, some of the leaves are burnt. I did thin out my radishes that are here. These are the red meat, the Chinese red meat radishes that look like watermelons. I've harvested some green peppers last week. I have some red peppers, and then I had found a caterpillar that they make this like tent in the leaves. It curls up and it curls together, and you just see webbing when you look through it. So I did find one of those. I think that's what's been eating my leaves off of my pepper plant. I have not seen any tomato hornworms, which is another big culprit. So I did find that one, picked them off. I haven't seen any other ones, but I'm gonna have to keep my eye out. I just picked a few pimento peppers. I've got two more. There's one up there too that I can just go wait for them to get a little bit more ripe. And then the red peppers back there. This is my spinach is on the side. I haven't seen any of that poke up. And then my Chinese cabbage, I'm seeing a couple little sprouts come up. So I'm excited for those. You'll notice some white stuff. That is fire ant killer, because I noticed that there were some fire ants in the back. And I have tried cornmeal, I have tried cinnamon, I have tried everything. This is it's orthene, and it's the only thing that has actually worked to get them out of my beds, because otherwise nothing seems to faze them, and they will find me in a field and bite me. So just a little bit right towards the back, and then some just behind the garden bed to try to knock that out. Fire ants are completely ravenous in Texas, in the southern states. Alright, so I have some more radishes that I thinned out this morning. I thin them out a little bit further, but we'll see. The back ones are the purple plum, and you can, when I pulled them out to thin them, they were a darker purple color, the root was. And then the front is the German red radish, which is your typical radish. I picked a jalapeno off this guy, my tomato plants. I think the flowers are dropping because it got so cold, so we'll see what happens with that. The snack pepper's got another flower, so we'll see if he makes another snack pepper. Kale's looking pretty good, other than, again, the burnt leaves from the neem oil. Same thing with my cucamelons. My cucamelons actually have little baby cucamelons on them. I'm so excited. So I'm waiting for those to get a little bit bigger so that they can start producing. And then I would love to pickle them. I would love to, where's this guy over here, just eat them and enjoy them. So I'm super excited for these guys. See what happens. Over here, gladiolus, I'm probably going to be cutting these back pretty soon. The leaves actually use a lot of sunlight, and that's how the bulb stores energy for the winter, so that they can then grow next year. So I'm letting them do that, but some of them, this one that's here looks kind of dried up, a little bit more dead, so I'll probably cut those leaves back. They're not going to do anything if they're dead. My zinnias are still blooming. I just keep cutting them as they start blooming and bringing them inside and refilling this one little bouquet that I have in a small vase, and I'm loving them. Got some red ones, orange ones, yellowish, greenish ones. Nothing more on my hibiscus over there, but I'm loving the zinnias. I actually have some dried heads that I'm going to see if they're ready to get seeds from, and if so, then I'll probably just show that as a short little clip in terms of saving your own zinnia seeds, which I'm excited to do. And still waiting for these babies to orange up. Should be any time now. They typically ripen around November. So just waiting on those. They look lighter to me. We'll see. My basil has flowered, so I've actually been cutting sprigs of the basil off, and then I put them in that vase, and then the back still has good leaves to use for cooking, so I've still been using that for cooking. These are just so pretty, so I've been cutting those off and adding them to that vase of zinnias. Lavender looks about done. Thyme is still good, it just, we keep cutting it and using it. And rosemary. My mint is still doing great. I took out all that dead stuff. And then I'll show you, this is my collection of jalapenos and some pimento peppers from today. Some of the jalapenos are red. So I'm not sure how many I have of these, but I picked a ton. There's got to be 30 in there or so. So we're going to do some pickling today is what that means. Should be fun. Thanks for coming.